Thank you for joining me as we look at this Sunday's Introit. This is from Psalm 16. I have set the Lord always before me, because he is at my right hand, I shall not be shaken. Therefore, my heart is glad and my whole being rejoices. My flesh also dwells secure. For you will not abandon my soul to Sheol, or let your Holy One see corruption. You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. And this Sunday we celebrate Trinity Sunday. And as you notice, the readings for the Sunday, they revolve around the theme of Trinity. Now, the Old Testament reading covers the creation of all that is, and in it we see God speaking to himself. Let us create man in our own image. In the epistle reading, Peter highlights the work of all three persons of the Trinity, the work of the Father, the work of the Son, and the work of the Holy Spirit. In the Gospel reading, Jesus acknowledges the existence of the Trinity when he tells his disciples to baptize in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. However, with the Introit, we see a different theme, and that theme is the presence of God. Now, there are certain things that make us feel safe. Children, when they're scared, will run to their parents because with their parents there is safety. The presence of mom or dad can bring with it a feeling of security. And in the first part of the psalm, the psalmist declares that he has set the Lord always before him. And because the Lord is always set before him, there is an immediate benefit. And that benefit is that of confidence and security, power and might. Those benefits happen when God is before us. And he is before us when we live a life of obedience to him and his commands. Now, the psalmist continues by saying that his heart is glad and he rejoices and he is secure. Now, when God is directing our lives and we are able to live in accordance with his commands, this brings about gladness, an emotional reaction that we desire. And this is the case because when God is the leader of our lives, we find rest and peace. When we try to control our lives, when we try to be the leader, we find chaos and unrest. We are constantly buffeted by the winds of society and the latest movement promising purpose and change. Instead, we place God before us, and as we do, we have confidence and security because God is the only one who can provide security for our eternal soul. Now, as followers of Jesus, we desire to be near to him. It is his presence and his closeness to us that brings about joy and peace. The psalmist highlights this. In your presence there is fullness of joy. In your right hand are pleasures forevermore. To be near to God brings with it joy. Yet there are times when we feel near to him, and there are times when we feel far away. Sometimes when we're going through a difficult time, health-related, perhaps. Sometimes God can feel very far away. And when we go through a period of intense doubt of our faith, we can feel as though God is not close to us. Jesus tells his disciples to go and witness about him. And right after that, Jesus gives them the promise that he is with them even to the end of the age. Jesus' presence and closeness to his disciples is connected with witnessing. The presence of God is in our lives when he is the one who is before us, when his commands are always ahead of us. Joy is brought about because God is near to us. As followers of Jesus, he is near to us, especially as we go and witness about him. Thank you for joining me.